Good day, good day, good day. Hopefully everybody's having a fabulous Friday. If you're joining me for the very first time, I am Brian Glaze Gibbs, and I have my Brian Glaze Gibbs YouTube channel. Subscribe and hit the like button. I'm trying to do something different as I build my platform, as I put like different content on it. I'm just trying to do different things. Today, as I was getting up, getting prepared for work, because once again, you know what? Here it is. Everybody have to work, man. Everybody should be inspired, encouraged. You know what I'm saying? To get up each and every day. You know what I'm saying? To go out there to make that legit paycheck. Make sure that you go out there putting a fair day work for a fair day pay. You know why? Because guess what? At the end of the night, you'll be able to sleep well. You'll be able to lay down in your own home, nice and comfortable. You're not worrying about, okay, I'm not paying my bills. You're not worrying about, being evicted. You're not worrying about you can't eat. You're not worrying about you can't take care of your family. So each and every one of you, challenge yourself. Go out there, especially the younger generation. Develop working habit. To me, developing working habit and a work ethic is huge. And to me, I can tell you right now, I was a career criminal. I was a little snotty-nosed kid. When I did try and I did wanted a job, guess what? They didn't grant me that opportunity because they say something as far as the system, as far as our economy, our economic, and all the people that was making major decisions. They are stereotype who can have summer job and who couldn't have summer job when you was a kid. And the story that they gave me and my brother and sister that we wasn't eligible, and so many others, we wasn't eligible because our parent made too much money. So when you sit back, and I always ask that question, I always like, how can you say that my mother made too much money when we all living in these raggedy, dangerous projects? So you got other kids went out there and they worked. They had their summer job, as they developed their working habit, and guess what? They went from summer job to regular job to careers. So me, I didn't have a summer job. So what I started doing is I started falling in love in the street. So my work ethic and my behavior was more centering, dedicated into the street, how to make a fast dollar the wrong way. Opposed to me going in, punching the clock, knowing how it is to work an 8-hour shift, a 10-hour shift, knowing how it is, after X amount of time, you're going to get breaks. After a certain amount of time, you're going to get lunch. When your day's over, you're going to clock that clock and you're going to go home. That's the difference. But I didn't get a chance to do that because I went the opposite way. And you know what? I'm not trying to make no excuse. I don't have nobody to blame but myself, because there's plenty of people that was denied the opportunity to get summer job. It was plenty of people heard that magic word no so many times, and they didn't go to the left. They went to the right. They keep going door to doors, knocking on doors, asking for opportunity. You know what? Okay, this company right here told me no. Now they went to the next company. And guess what? When you keep applying and people see that you're dedicated and sincere in your approach, people do have the tendency of giving you that opportunity. But it's like you have to want it. Nobody gonna give you something for free. Even when you go on an interview and how you conduct yourself in an interview. If I went on an interview and, well, what bring you here today, sir? Young man, what bring you here? Why are you looking for a job? Oh, my parents say I have to get a job. I have to work. I have to do something. So me being on the opposite side, being an interviewer, I'm listening to that. Wait a minute. No energy. It's like you doing something because that's what your parent wants you to do. Here it is. You ask Bob, what bring you here? Why are you here in this interview? And Bob telling him, listen, man, I need a job. I want a career. I want to grow with my company. I'm a young man, but I want to work from the bottom all the way to the top. Whoa, big difference. So here it is. When you're on an interview and trying to get a job, we have to sell ourselves, people. We have to sell ourselves each and every day. But anyway, as I was saying, when I got up this morning, getting ready, to start my day, I was listening to Master P, okay? Master P did an interview a few weeks ago on a Breakfast Club, and that interview was deep. And why I say that interview was deep, because he speak about his whole career. He speak about how he got into the music industry and how, they try to jerk him around about giving him a deal. But what he was doing and what he was determined to do, he was determined to hustle his music out of the trunk of his car. He was determined to do that. Each and every day what he did is he treated that as a job. So he used to get all his music made up and basically hit the corners, hit where the hustler be at, and he used to pump his music out of the car. And guess what? It grew. And as much as it grew, guess what he did? When he was able to get an opportunity to get a deal from a major company, and something that he said was kind of interesting. He said to me, these folks came to me for a deal, and I think they offered him a couple million. But he said, why should he took that deal when he know that he is worth 20 million? So once again, knowing your self-worth. Knowing your self-worth, knowing what you're worth. Here it is, desperate people do desperate things. And he said he wasn't desperate. So what he did was he just took the time, keep building, and then next thing you know, he was able to get with someone, and there you got it, no limit. Okay, no limit is history. And that's what it's all about, man. That man never quit. He kept going, man. And I'm not gonna lie. I think one song that I really like about him, hey, there's a heaven for a gangster. That's the only song, But other than that, I take my hats off to this individual because he's doing a great job. Being that we're on a Master P conversation, what I'm gonna bring up and I'm gonna talk about the Master P, the C Murder, his brother, Monica, and Kim Kardashian. And even, I listen to some of that stuff, and when you sit back and you think about it, blood is thicker than water. And family, sometimes your family, you love them, but you got that love-hate relationship. Here it is, this man loved his brother. It's nothing in the world that he won't do for his brother. That man, want his brother out of jail. I'm pretty sure he done spent plenty of money on his brother lawyers, plenty of money on his brother appeal, plenty of money as far as taking care of his brother and his brother's family since he's been incarcerated. And you know what? Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think C Murder definitely appreciate that. But when you in jail and you've been in jail 18 to 20 years, that's a frustration feeling. When you in there and the fact that you don't never get out of jail, it doesn't matter. Here it is right now is you not thinking rational. You thinking off emotion. So the situation with Monica, his old girlfriend, got involved, got divorced from her basketball husband. Now she's supposed to be your ride and die chick with C Murder. And now she's supposed to got Kim Kardashian in. And if you look at the story with Kim Kardashian, the Kardashian name speaks for itself. And as of late, you hearing all the people that Kim Kardashian had help get out. How she been going to the White House, how she been getting people pardoned and getting them out of prison. So guess what? Monica joined forces with Kim Kardashian to try to get C Murder out. You know what? And what they did, they bypassed the person that been there, lawyer all that time, his brother. So was they right? Was they wrong? I'm not saying who's right. I'm not saying who's wrong. But when you sit back and think about it, and Master P got wind of this, where were all y'all at 18, 20 years ago? Okay? Even Monica, if you was there, you was in there consistently. You wasn't there for the whole time. You wasn't there for all the trials, the tribulation, the ups and the downs as the Miller family was going through. You wasn't there. You move on with your own life. Now, all of a sudden, you back into my brother's life. Now, all of a sudden, you bringing Kim Kardashian into the picture. Okay, now y'all trying to make a power move to get my brother out. I applaud that. I want that for my brother. I appreciate that or whatever. But once again, why? Why is this done under the table? Why is this done in secrecy? Here it is. Why couldn't y'all come to me, Monica? Why couldn't you get in contact with me? You could have brought Kim to me and we could have met up. So guess what would have happened? It would have been C Murder, Master P, Monica, and Kim Kardashian. 4 heads. So what you're doing is you're taking 4 heads and making it into one. Let's come up with the solution that's going to help with the key to open the door to give my brother back his freedom. We don't have to bicker. We don't have to fight. Only thing we have to do is strategize and think and use all the remedy that's there. Exhaust all the remedy that is there to get him his freedom. Once again, my name is Brian Glaze Gibbs, and this is my ministry. Check me out. Check out my YouTube channel, Brian Glaze Gibbs at youtube.com. Check me out and order the audio signed copy of my book, the Beyond Lucky book, The Brian Glaze Gibbs Story, a true story of change and redemption. Folks, if I can change, anybody can change. Why? Because change comes from where, people? Change comes from within. I done been in sea murder position. I know how it is. The unknown. The most scary thing about life is the unknown. Not knowing if you ever getting out of prison, not knowing whether you're going to die in there, not knowing what's going to happen. The life that we once had is over with. So I challenge each and everybody, guys, you know what? Let he or she who not sin cast the first stone. Guess what? Let's work together as a whole. Love me like I'm going to love you. Treat me the way you want to be treated. One love. Brian Glaze Gibbs.